Why is the Dhyanalinga so powerful? Let's talk about the Dhyanalinga in the Isha Yoga Center located in southern India, Sadhguru's ashram. The Dhyanalinga is so powerful because it is consecrated using life energy, number one. Second of all, it was consecrated by Sadhguru and 13 or 14 other people. That's number two. Number three, because the design of the Dhyanalinga is like that of an enlightened person, a fully manifested enlightened person, the most powerful enlightened person that can be alive on planet Earth, with all of the 114 light bulbs turned on. So if you have a room in your house, or a house in general, how many light bulbs are there in your room? Maybe 7, maybe 12, maybe 14, 16. Well, if you turn on all of them, then your house is max power. Similarly, this house has a certain number of light bulbs. It's 112 or 114. And if you turn them all on, well, you become very powerful. So the Dhyanalinga is like that. It sits in it as an enlightened human being. Why else is it very powerful? Because of its perfect geometry and things I'm not really going to get to in this topic, but let's explore this, okay? So first, a little bit of a background. I made many YouTube videos, and one of the videos I said is that Dhyanalinga is a deity, and someone got very upset at that, and it was the most liked comment, which I was very surprised and shocked by. And he also insulted me there, which I, it didn't feel good. So let me come back to this again, because I want to correct my statement and saying that Sadhguru, the Dhyanalinga is like a deity to me, okay? I'm not going to come back to my statement. It's true and factual. It's not like a deity like other temples. They can do things for you. You can walk around. It doesn't really walk. It doesn't walk around at all. It's stationary, but it sits there. Okay, let me not bounce around too many. I want to really get into the juice of this, okay? So let me clear the slate here. Let me clear the blackboard. And let me take you back in time when I first began studying and watching Sadhguru's videos, okay? I started watching Sadhguru here and there. People recommended him to me, and I watched him, and he's like, oh, this guy has a nice turban, and he looks very professional. But what does he know about spirituality? He says some funny things about engineering. It's like, buddy, why are you taking engineering into spirituality? Those things shouldn't mix. That was my thinking process, okay? And then after a while, I realized he has some wise thing to say about astral travel. That was, everyone's interested in astral travel. No one wants to travel normally, like by plane, by car. They want to astrally travel. They don't have any experience with the astral plane or even know what it is. But hey, astral travel. And everyone has a story of them astral traveling, okay? You just ask someone, oh, once I was sleeping and traveling astrally, I was. Oh, very nice, very nice. What did that do for you? Absolutely nothing. Oh, good job, good job. So then something happened, okay? Maybe this is 5 years ago, maybe this is 6 years ago, I don't know how many years ago, but it was a while ago. Sadhguru started talking about the Dhyanalinga. It wasn't a new thing, but I was first being introduced to the Dhyanalinga through Sadhguru's talking about it. And he's saying that he's built some grand temple and it's some amazing thing, and I'm like, what is this? What is this? And I looked at pictures of it, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of impressive looking, but it's weird. I didn't really understand anything about it. Then I took some deeper steps into this, just basically pondering, what is this? And then watching some more of Sadhguru's videos. Then it was one night or one day, I was just laying in my bed, just contemplating life and really thinking about the Dhyanalinga and everything that Sadhguru said. And as I started thinking about it more and more with my life, really understanding this energy, I came to a few conclusions. I came to 2 conclusions, okay? I'll mention them here. Conclusion number 1. That this Dhyanalinga temple, it is so fantastic that this little thing has been built and is on planet Earth, because I understood that it would make spirituality so easy. So easy. I didn't even know what it was or how it was consecrated or anything about these chakras, 114 chakras or anything, or how difficult it was or all the nuances that I know now. I just saw it in my inner mind's eye like, oh my God, that's a huge storehouse of energy. And it will make not only my spiritual process and evolution so easy and effortless, but the entire planet. This is the second realization. It would make the entire planet, the conditions of the entire planet, so good. Also, I got a sense of a tremendous amount of gratitude, okay? I don't feel gratitude like most people, whatever. I feel gratitude, but not like this. I felt so much gratitude that this thing has been built because it'll make, like I said, the spiritual practice so easy on planet Earth, and it will make the planet, the entire planet, actually feel better. Why? Because this little temple is not just in little India here. It sits there and you have to go there physically and bow down to it or sit there or do whatever. No, it's not like that. It's like a temple in the world. It's in the world. It's on this planet Earth, and it is so magnificently powerful that even if you know nothing about spirituality, even if you've never even seen Sadhguru, if you're living in the deepest jungles of, the Amazon rainforest right now, haven't spoken to a single Western person or even anyone outside of your tribe, and if you make your conditions of your mind rightly, if you do things, don't harm, just basically follow the natural laws, which is hard to do, you can become, and you sit down, you can become effortlessly meditative because of this little thing that's created. And if it touches you, because it's basically penetrating the entire planet, or, you can connect to it effortlessly. It's like a radio signal that's just pulsating the entire planet, and it's so easy to connect to it, okay? If you have the receiver inside of you, you can just, oh, there it is. And it can, pierce into you and benefit you in this way. So Sadhguru has said, he's mentioned that the Dhyanalinga temple has made millions of people meditative. And Sadhguru also said that he has initiated more people into meditation, far more than all the millions that he's initiated physically. So he's seen millions of people physically and done all sorts of initiations with them. Whereas he has initiated far more people into meditation simply because of this power of the Dhyanalinga. As it stands. Oh. My phone is falling. So my friends, it is so easy now to get enlightenment, to get liberated. Why? Because the Dhyanalinga stands there. And again, I saw this many years ago and I thought my enlightenment is basically assured and guaranteed. As long as I just look at this with my inner mind's eye, even if I never see a picture of this again, or never see a video of this again, if I'm in some cave somehow, whoa, saved you. If I'm in some cave somewhere and I'm lost to the world and my civilization and somehow I'm just sitting there, what am I going to do? Well, I'm just going to envision this thing in my mind's eye and connect to it and just soak in the bliss and ecstasy of this energy that it provides. So this is a challenge to you as you're watching me here now, to focus inwards and contemplate this temple, this structure, the Dhyanalinga. Even if you never visited there before, even if you haven't gone to India, even if you never want to go to India, it doesn't matter, okay? It's too powerful to connect to or to miss out on. So just seeing a simple picture or envisioning it in your mind and really feeling what that space is like, what it would feel like to be there, that's it, that's all it takes. And you can connect to it. Now, I will say this, okay, a very controversial sentence or statement here, okay? And I've said this before and someone got angry. I haven't seen a single more powerful, more engineering complex structure that's been built by a human being that currently sits on planet Earth. Okay? So I'm willing to debate this. I don't know if I'm wrong. I don't know if I'm right, but I'm claiming this, okay? It's a claim. It's a statement that I'm making. Not the little pyramids, not the little temples in Ujjain or the Kedar temple or anything. Any temples that is currently alive on planet Earth in India. Most temples are in India. Why am I saying this? Am I being disrespectful? Well, no, not really. Because those temples are unidimensional. Yes, they've been consecrated and energized in a very particular and beautiful and powerful way. And no doubt, okay, anyone that goes there will feel it. It's like not possible. Oh my God, I've never been there, but I sense things. And for example, Kedar, this temple that sits just below the Himalayan mountains, I always saw pictures of this and I knew, oh, something's going on there. And I saw the rock and I'm like, oh wow, that's amazing. On YouTube, of course. And then Sadhguru said something. He said, oh, Kedar is a place where so many mystics and yogis have left their eggs, so to speak. And then after that video, again, that gave me enough motivation to really pierce into that place. And I saw the entire place. Not only the little temple, but the floor and the surrounding mountains is just beaming with this energy. So much energy has been invested in there. It's like, wow. It's so hard to miss. So, unfortunately, I've never been there physically, but I intend to go. Maybe one time in my life, I'll get to visit these temples and really know firsthand with my own body these experiences. Right now, they're only just kind of psychic experiences. So, nonetheless, these temples are unidimensional, meaning they're consecrated with 1 or 2 chakras, or maybe more, or there are many more complex kind of energy structures. But still, that's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. Because this Dhyanalinga is like an enlightened person shed their body and took their own energy form and pushed it into a rock, and that rock is vibrating their presence, and it will vibrate their presence for thousands of years. Okay? It doesn't get more powerful than that. Oh, you said the pyramids. What about the pyramids? It's so difficult to create. Such a marvelous, remarkable feat. Yeah, okay. It's a remarkable feat, no doubt. But what does it do to human well-being? Okay? I'm sure some rich pharaohs tried to bury their bodies and, to send their energies upwards and doing whatever that they wanted to do, or preserve their body or do any kind of funny, fancy things. Why? What's the point? Okay, it's a marvelous feat. Good job. So is Eiffel Tower. It's a big conglomerate of metal. Okay? It's just a little feat. It's one thing to build some physical engineering feat, which, yeah, the pyramids definitely are, but it's nowhere comparable to the Dhyanalinga or to the Dhyanalinga temple or to that energy. It's nowhere comparable at all, okay? Because not only do you need, it's quite complex in its physical kind of creation. That's how Sadhguru has made it. But it's much more complex in the energy creation because you need wise masters to make this happen, okay? I don't know how... I only see glimpses, or I'm going to share with you what happens. So you need a person like Sadhguru who is that already, okay? Meaning what? Meaning he is like a full manifestation of the divine. Meaning all of the energy pathways have been fully purified, fully energetically active and on. No blockages, no stagnation. Full access to this whole internal makeup. 100%, okay? And yeah, so it's as high as it gets. You can't go higher than that as a human being. Then it doesn't work if it's just one person because it requires tremendous amount of energy. It requires for you to not only duplicate that energy, but to get it so massively involved that it'll stay around there properly and for thousands of years. So that took Sadhguru like 14 people. It gathered 14 people that are already spiritually advanced. And then having him duplicate his own energy, and he knows how to do it, putting basically that blueprint of an enlightened being inside of a stone, and then getting it to become energized, so energized that it'll hold and be alive for that long. That's another thing. And also, not to mention, many years ago, as I was saying, when I first realized this, Sadhguru just said, hey, this is the 7 chakras manifested, and it's in full peak form. When I heard that, I'm like, oh my God, that's why it's so easy. And that's why it's going to be so easy to progress on the spiritual path and to live on planet Earth, because this is like, it's like what? It's like, you have a problem, something happens in your life, and you go to one person, and they always have a solution. Well, it's like that, but this person is, for sure, they'll have a solution to every single one of your problems. It doesn't matter. And they're not bound by time and space, and they're not bound by having to eat food and whatever else. And they will not communicate to you in the manual, mechanical, archaic way, which is words like I'm doing. They will communicate to you in an energy way, which is what the Dhyanalinga is. It's like an energy teacher. Oh, so fantastic, so remarkable. Also, I saw, since it is a 7 chakra manifestation, all I have to do is just duplicate myself with that. Okay, there's the blueprint, and how I am now, okay, that's where I'm going. So let me just start changing myself exactly to represent that, which is the Dhyanalinga, of course. And I have been doing that, and I am currently doing that, and I will do that until I have fully mastered it. Until I am basically a duplicate of that temple, that stone, the Dhyanalinga. And mark my words, my friends, I will be that, and I shall be that. And that's the only purpose that I serve here on planet Earth. It's not to cook and clean and to brush toilets and scrub the floor. All right, yeah, good. Yeah. No, I don't care about that, okay? I'm very happy to just crawl into the woods and live in a cave as long as I get the right food, and that's all I need, okay? So why? Because this is my #1 priority. I don't care about anything else. I literally don't care. So that's how it is. And buddy, if this, look, this is much more important than anything else I can do. What's more important? Oh, you have to be a responsible little citizen. Oh, yeah, sure, okay, that's wonderful. But I'm going to do this for the next 11 years. I'm going to really dive into this little magnificent form. And I have been doing, and I am doing this, and my energies are transforming radically. And I don't know how far I have to go, but I will manifest this in myself. And I will be a duplicate of the Dhyanalinga. Okay? You mark my words. Shambho. Well, the sun is setting. Good time to close off this video. What else needs to be shared here? What else needs to be added? Talking about the Dhyanalinga temple. Well, how can you talk about the Dhyanalinga and, the most powerful thing that's created by a human being and not talk about Kailash? By the way, if you haven't seen already, on the bottom right picture, bottom right would be like right there somewhere, is the Kailash mountain. That's what you see is Kailash. Okay, so how can you talk about the Dhyanalinga without talking about Kailash? Kailash is the most sacred place on earth. Leaving the Dhyanalinga aside, it is the most everything. It is, okay, words can't even comprehend how magnificent the place is. I don't even know what that is fully, okay? But it's a storehouse of everything, any mystical secret in the universe. So it's like, this little analogy of the planet Earth is so big, it's so large, it's a massive little sphere. But compared to the Earth, the sun, you can fit 100 or 1,000 little Earths inside of the sun because the sun is so massive. Similarly, no matter how great the Dhyanalinga is, yeah, it's a human being has created it. It's a fantastic, it's amazing. It's basically a spiritual being inside of a temple form, inside of a stone. It's fantastic, okay? Remarkable, amazing, so powerful, so magnificent. Yet, no matter how magnificent it is, you can take 10 Dhyanalingas and fit it into Kailash and it still wouldn't be any significant. So Kailash wasn't created by a human being as far as I know or as far as I see. It's something so vast and remarkable and fantastic. Oh my God. And that too, that place I'm really diving deep and touching the energy there constantly every day. And very transformative. So yeah, ultimately everything arises from Kailash, or that part of the world, because the first yogi, the Adi Yogi, taught his 7 disciples, and his 7 disciples spread the teachings of the Master around the world. And it is through those teachings that we know everything about spirituality today. If it wasn't for the Adi Yogi, if it wasn't him spreading the knowledge, we would be lost. We would be so lost. It would be, living a human being would be as close to living as an animal. At the most, people would just learn how to survive a little bit better, and that's about it. Okay? Forget about spiritual process. So spiritual process comes through the first guru, the Adi Guru. So shout out to you if you're listening, Shiva. And that's it, my friends. That's enough talking about the Dhyanalinga. You should definitely investigate the sphere, purchase the yantra for yourself, take a picture of it, put it in your room, meditate daily on this. listen to Nada Ardana, which is the sound yoga that they play in the Isha Yoga Center in this temple, and do whatever else you can. Okay, watch Sadhguru's videos in the Dhyanalinga temple, sign up to Sadhguru exclusive, whatever else I can tell you. And what else should you do? You should have a conversation with me, okay, a spiritual conversation. And the price is $60 to talk to me, 60 Canadian dollars. My PayPal link will be down below. You message me, contact me, and we will have a very deep discussion into your life and see how we can transform your life and whatever else that you wish and you desire, okay? I'll make it happen for you, or I'll do my best. That's my promise to you. So reach out to me down below after you've donated or after you've paid $60, and we'll talk. And if you want to come down here to the New Zealand ashram, you can do so. And we're going to be conducting programs now. So if you want to come down here and radically change and transform your life and spend some time with me and really get things to happen to you, you can do so, okay? We'll invest a lot of energy in you. So that's it, my friends. Stay peaceful, stay wise, stay kind, stay blissful, and remember the importance of the Dhyanalinga.